Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of my Nintendo 64 collection. We're going to start off this video with some well-known games as well for the Nintendo 64. Starting here with Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. This is definitely, I don't want to say, I don't know, my favorite, but it's tied for number 1 on my favorites. This and Star Fox 64 have been going back and forth to which is actually my favorite. And recently Super Mario 64 has been contending as well. I'm not sure. I could not decide what is my favorite all-time game, but this is up there for it. Yes, it does have my name written on it. Yes, it does have a lot of damage, but man, it's the inside that counts, because all those memories in there, I couldn't afford to ever lose those. This game, seriously, if you don't own this game or have ever played it, you need to. You need to. The music, the dialogue, everything, the gameplay, the characters, oh, it's fantastic. Again, I'm going to get a new copy. I think it's going to be the collector's edition copy, and that'll be my, I guess, showing one. But this will always be the most important cartridge that I own of the Zelda games. So, continuing here, the holographic Zelda Majora's Mask cart. I actually really did enjoy this game. I remember when it first came out, I couldn't play it because I did not have the expansion kit. Now, that was a big bummer because at Blockbuster, the guy had told me that you didn't need it when you actually did. So I did rent the game and you could not play it. So that was really disappointing to come home and know I couldn't play it. So now I know. I picked up this game along with an expansion kit, and now I beat it a couple years ago, and I gotta say it is definitely a very good game. It a lot darker, and man, it's just so much fun. Like every character in it, being able to use the mask, equipping them, and changing into the Zora, the Goron, the Deku. It's so cool. Definitely give this game a chance if you really love Zelda or any action games at all. Give it a shot. You won't regret it. It is actually a very good game. I guess going on to just some more sports titles. Got NFL Quarterback Club 99. Again, I don't really mind football games, but you know, NASCAR 99 and NASCAR 2000. These games are actually pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. They had their moments, that's for sure. Now Quest 64, another game that I absolutely adored when I was a kid. My first Nintendo 64 broke because of this game, actually. I think this and Pokemon Stadium can be blamed for that. But Quest 64 is a game that it's one of the. I think it is actually the only technically the only RPG on the Nintendo 64. I might be wrong there, but it was one of the first ones I owned, and actually one of the first games I owned. But I remember being halfway through the game, and my brother ran into my Nintendo 64, and basically it crashed the N64, and that was the destruction of my first one. And unfortunately, I lost everything in Quest 64 as well over time, and I just couldn't pick it up because I regretted so much, and it was so hard to pick the game back up again. But recently, I decided to restart from the beginning. I've been playing it, and it is a fun game. I do enjoy it. That's Quest 64. Definitely give it a chance. And we're gonna go to another one of my favorites, Doom 64. Very cool port. It's a good game for the Nintendo 64. Controls are alright, but the cheat codes on it are also very fun. I'm not gonna lie. Good game. Check it out. So going on, I wanted to do the Star Wars games as well, all in order. Well, they were all based around. Well, the two of them were based around Episode 1, which was Star Wars Battle for Naboo, and in my experience is the hardest to find Star Wars game. It's not a hard to find game in general, but it's a hard to find, I guess, in Star Wars standards, I guess. It's a very cool game, and it has the same elements as Star Wars Rogue Squadron, which is another fantastic game. The other Episode 1 game that I own for Star Wars is Pod Racer. This game has aged, and it hurted a little bit. I'm not too big on the game anymore, but it was definitely had its moments when I was younger. Another really cool Star Wars game, Shadows of the Empire. These are all four of the Nintendo 64 Star Wars games. All of them are actually worth checking out. Shadows of the Empire, I think, is my favorite. I recently went back and beat this game again, just like a lot of my N64 games. And I gotta admit, it's a very fun game. It's actually very challenging on harder difficulties. And it's definitely really cool to run through. The hit detection is a little wonky here and there, but it is still very fun. And if you can put up with that, you won't regret anything. Moving on again. How about we do Pokemon? So, I guess we'll start it with a Hey You Pikachu. I haven't been able to play this game. I don't have the mic or anything, so I'll get back to you on that, but I don't know. I heard it was okay. Pokemon Stadium 1, Pokemon Stadium 2, both very fun games. I think Pokemon Stadium 2 was the first game to ever overheat my Nintendo 64, and then Ocarina of Time did it the second time. So, yeah, trust me, these games are definitely very deadly. They're awesome. There's so much in it. Also, it was a lifesaver when your Game Boy actually ran out of battery. You could just, with the game pack, you could plug the game pack in, and you could just snap your N6 or your Game Boy Color cart, like blue or red and yellow. You could plug those in, and then you could play them actually on the game itself, and that was really cool. On Stadium 2, you could do Gold and Silver and Crystal, so they were lifesavers when you ran out of battery. That's awesome. Here's Pokemon Snap. This game I love. It's my favorite Pokemon game. I'm not sure why. I think it was just because it was my first Pokemon game, and the music's really cool, and it has a really creepy tone to it for some reason for me. It doesn't have all the Pokemon in it, but it's still very cool. Very cool game. And then, of course, the Pokemon Puzzle League. You can beat this game in just a matter of minutes. Like, it's not that difficult of a game. It's fun, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it was very necessary in the whole Pokemon. It felt like a little cash-in, but it was still, I don't know, still a fun game to play to it, right? So, okay, so finishing off this, my entire collection, we're going to do Body Harvest. This game was very interesting. I don't even know how to word it, to be honest with you. If you ever get a chance to play it, I recommend it, just for some really weird experiences. It's a fun game, but, you know, it's just a casual game to kind of just screw around in. War Gods. I've got to play a little bit more of this game to really give an opinion on, but, you know, what I've done, it's alright. Quarterback Club 2000, another sports title. We got Biofreaks here. This game, what I've played of it's okay. I haven't really played too much, so I really got to start playing a couple of more of these games to really give a better opinion on. And Clay Fighter 63 1/3. This game's interesting. Definitely one of the more interesting games on the Nintendo 64. I bought this one actually off eBay. I know they made a Sculptor's Cut edition, but that is very expensive and very rare. And to end this off, I want to end it with one of my childhood favorites. That's Army Men 2. Sarge's Heroes 2, sorry. It's actually a very fun game. If you ever get a chance to actually play this out, you play as plastic army men and you run around in third-person mode shooting people. You can switch into first-person mode as well. It's actually really fun. And I know they made a couple Army Men games on the Nintendo 64, and all of them, I'm pretty sure, have actually been alright. Sarge's Hero 1 and 2, I know for sure, are good games. So yeah, I guess, thanks very much for watching. That is my Nintendo 64 collection. Constantly growing as well. Every weekend, flea markets and everything, so trying my best to keep it growing. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all have a good day. See you soon.